Let's leave tennis now and come back home and talk about curling. That's the National Open Curling Championship. The Nigerian Curling Federation actually concluded a 2-day clinic in Lagos. This event was open to adults and kids as well, wheelchair athletes and all that. Then a team of experts, taught the participants the basic rules of the game. So the Nigerian Curling Federation says the essence of the clinic is part of the plan to actually build a junior national team and also a para-athlete curling team. Now, if you remember what happened, both of us, right?
Of course,
Award and some other guys, when they said they were going to come to Nigeria and start with the sport, we were like, when are they going to do it? But then they're already on it.
There you go. Just a couple of months ago, when Nigeria became the first African country to win a curling match at the world stage, and we all celebrated. And we asked the couple at the time that what's going to happen next? Are you going to consolidate on this new, popularity for curling? And they said they're working on it, and so it's good to see them that they've actually come on. That's the Nigerian Curling Federation. They've come on and organizing this clinics to teach and let people know what the game of curling is about. It's not the most popular sport in this part of the world because of we don't do ice here. It's not ice and all that. But then you can see clearly they can improvise, and you can see the high sheets that are being used to teach potential curlers that might want to represent Nigeria in future. So very commendable, very laudable initiative there coming from the Nigeria Curling Federation.
Absolutely. Let's get reactions from them now.
The Nigerian Curling Federation is putting this together, the clinics, in order to get together potential athletes that would represent Nigeria at the world stage, and also even local events as well, basically. That's why we're putting this together. And more so, we're using this opportunity to popularize the sport of curling, amongst people. We know that the sport of curling is new to them, but what we're trying to do with the clinic, we just finished the all Nigeria secondary school curling clinics. Now we're having the first Nigerian National Open Curling Clinics. Now this is open to everybody, different age category. We're actually training them, making them understand the rules of curling, and also let it be a hands-on also on the dry sheet. Now the dry sheet is supposed to be what we use here, because Nigeria doesn't experience ice. We're in the tropicals. So basically what we are doing today is to teach the public, the interested or potential athletes, how to play the sport of curling.
Nigeria is a country of 200 million people with a great legacy of athletes and a very strong population. So we can compete very well against small Nordic countries in this sport. Very encouraged. We've seen some great athletes here today. People are learning the basics and the fundamentals of the sport, but also the strategy, which is very important. They call curling chess on ice. So it's not only the physicality of the sport, but the mental aspect.
Chess on ice, indeed. Okay, let's leave curling now and talk basketball. Talking about the Tigers, their performance at the Under-16 Championship, where they had to sign out on a winning note against Guinea on the day. They missed out narrowly on the final and all that after, losing the game. But then another thing is they were able to win against Guinea. And at the end of the day, well, we just say they finished the podium. Finished in the podium.
That's the baby Tigers, right? Yeah, very. That match in the semifinal, was quite competitive, but in the end, they didn't do enough to win it. But it's good to see them bounce back straight away to go on to beat Guinea 54 to 53 points. I can see it's a very close game as well. So at this level, under 16, the sport is still very competitive, and you always have to bring your A game. Unfortunately for Nigeria's under 16 national team, they have not been able to qualify for the World Cup, which is going to take place next year. That's the FIBA World Cup. But still, Cecilia, we always talk about how these games and this kind of competitions are not all about winning. It's all about discovering and then developing new players. There's some decent talents in this side, and with the right support, guidance, they might go on to play for the senior national team really soon.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're hoping for. It's a good one for them and a good way to actually end the championship.
Absolutely.
Just winning by as much as how many points? Just
a 1 point
one
win
point
there.
win.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But low scoring game. The most important thing is they didn't come back empty-handed. All right, let's talk about the big boys now. I mean, the senior ones.
Yeah.
There's this chant, more like you have chant for football. Then you now have another one for basketball. The maiden edition of the African basketball. How is it? I think they call
Afro-Can.
it Afro-Can. That's
yes,
what it's called, Afro-Can.
Yeah.
So Nigeria has been drawn in a very, relatively good group, I would say, because we don't have to face the likes of Angola, Morocco, and Egypt in our group. But we have DR Congo and Kenya in that group, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Algeria in Group A. Group C, you have Angola, Morocco, and Chad. And Group D, where you have Tunisia, Egypt, and Guinea in that one. So African is the new competition of African national teams organized by FIBA Africa, open to all players playing in Africa.
I love it.
I mean, you can't import anyone right now from the NBA or anywhere. You must be playing in Africa. It may not have to be your own league. Could be in Angolan league or Moroccan league, but then in Africa.
You know, a lot of times people complain whenever the NBBF or the coach and releases the roster for major championship, and you start looking for where the home base plays.
Yeah.
It's similar to what we have in football as well. To the best hands, best legs are not playing in the country. That's a fact. So for the FIBA Africans have done this, I think it's quite commendable. It's the perfect platform for home-based basketballers to exhibit their skills and show that they actually can play the game very well. And perhaps there are going to be scouts there in this kind of competitions, and might be opportunities for them to prolong and actually going to have better careers as well too. And so I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing the serve-off when it's going to actually tip off, I beg your pardon. That's going to be on July 19th.
That's on Friday.
Bamako, Mali. It's just around the corner. So we can't wait for that one to start. We need to go on a break now. When we come back, it's going to be all about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and how they failed to qualify for the final of the AFCON.